So, welcome to part 2 of my blog on recovering from a new hip operation. So, in my last video, I'd literally just gone through replacement of my right hip, and I've done the first couple of days and just really showing you what it's like, you know, the pain going through various exercises, etc. And now we're still on day 2 and day 2 onwards. So welcome, and please join me for the next few days. Right, day 2 post my operation, and I haven't had a shower yet. So I think it's about time that I do. So there's a few things I need to think about while having a shower. Got to keep the bandage dressing as dry as possible. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to put some, I've put some cling film around it and then some tape across the top to sort of try and keep it as dry as possible in the shower. I've got my walking stick, so I can't take obviously the big walker in the shower. If you've got a big shower, maybe you can, but not in mine. I've also got a stool here. I've got a stool which I'm actually probably not going to use. I'm going to put it in there, but I've had a bit of a trial in there and out, and it feels like if I just stand on one leg, that will be easier in the shower. And I don't want to spend ages in there anyway, because obviously I don't want to get my dressing wet. So I just want to get the major parts of me clean, and then get out again. The other thing, I've got Mrs. F in support. So that's important, obviously, for drying my sort of lower legs and that, because I can't bend over and all those things. Other ablutions to be thinking about are the toilet. Obviously, that toilet, I can't sit down. You know, it's the old 90 degrees. I don't want to go past 90 degrees on my body, my legs. Otherwise, I could dislocate the actual hip joint itself. So I've got a raised seat there, and that's raised, you know, quite a few inches, so that my legs, you know, when I'm sat on there, I'm not at the bad angle. So there we go. There's just a few things I thought would be useful to talk about when it comes to ablutions, especially the shower. So day 3, Saturday, day 3 post my operation. Really bad sleep last night. Must have woken up about 6 times, and I couldn't go back to sleep from it's 5 o'clock now anyway, so that's not good. I can't sleep on my back. It feels like I can't sleep on my back, so that's not good. Just feels awkward all the time. And if you can see there, I don't know if you can see, my leg is swollen up big time now. You know, I know it's going to swell up, but it just doesn't feel good. So I've got to try and work out some things to make it better in my sleep tonight, I think. So we are Sunday, day 4 post my hip op. Couple of good moves forward, I'll say. Well, one of the first things was I was having trouble sleeping because I've been sleeping on my back. Well, a mate of mine, he mentioned, and Mrs. F came in. So Mrs. F has been sleeping in another room to, you know, allow me, basically, so that I don't wake her up. But she came in this morning or yesterday morning, and I was lying there and I was sort of dozing, and she noticed that, you know, as you do when you're on your back, I was mouth open doing a bit of snoring routine. She said, well, why don't you sort of set yourself up so you sat up a bit more with pillows behind you? And then a friend of mine mentioned that as well. So I did that last night. I had a much better sleep. So that's good. So got a couple of pillows. So really, I'm sleeping half sat up, and it was much more comfortable. The other good thing was on my exercises this morning. If you noticed on the first, when I showed you the exercises that I was doing, I couldn't do the one where I have to bring my legs apart like that. Couldn't move my bad leg. This morning, as you can see, I've been doing it quite well. So quite happy there. You know, that's a big move forward where I can move, and I did all 10 of the exercises and it didn't really hurt too much. So excellent. Day 4, progress being made. So this is day 4 now of my post-operation, and I've started to venture outside. I'm going to do a little bit more each day. Not too much, obviously don't want to get too tired, but I've done a walk, as you can see, sort of the side of my house out to the just the end of the driveway and back. I did that yesterday, and today I'm just going to go a little bit further down the road, only a minute or so, but I've done that twice, and I'm going to try and extend it every single day. So here I go. Not hurting too much, just don't want to get it too tight. Job's a good one. So day 5 post my operation, Monday morning. Feeling good, still not sleeping that well. It's not so much the pain's okay, it's the sort of just sleeping on my back, that just not used to it, so that's not feeling as good as I would like it to be. But did my exercises this morning. I'm just about to go for a walk. Yesterday was okay. One of the bad things that happened was my calf swelled up to sort of nearly twice the size it'd normally be, and I put that down to sitting down too much and not elevating my leg. So there's something that I've got to improve on, is making sure that at least 3 times a day I get my leg up above my sort of heart, so that any swelling can, you know, drain away, doesn't happen. So I've got to keep on top of that. Keep on top of that elevation and the ice. But other than that, things are going okay. Doing all the exercises I'm supposed to do. So jobs are good. Well, hello there. So day 7 post my right hip operation, replacement operation. Things are going well again. Just been out for a bit of a walk, but I'll come to the sort of walking bit in a moment. Yesterday I went to see my surgeon, so 6 days post the operation. I went to see the surgeon. First of all, I saw sort of, you know, his minions, his deputy, and they went through everything. As you can see, so he took the plaster, bandage, whatever you want to call it, off the actual area, and as you can see there, it's starting to heal up. I'll say nicely, but it doesn't look particularly good at the moment, but that will heal up quite well, and, you know, in a few months I won't be able to see it probably. So he was happy with all that. Saw the x-ray, so as you can see there's the x-ray of the actual bit of kit that they put in. So, you know, I actually remember when I had the op, because I only had my bottom half made numb. I was sort of in and out of consciousness, and I heard all this drilling and banging and stuff, and obviously they put it all in the actual bit through the centre of your bone type area. So there it is there, that's the actual hip. So all looking good there. He was happy. One of the questions I had to him was, I don't realise, or I don't know really how much I'm supposed to walk. So he answered to me, and what I'm doing is actually okay. So you saw on, you know, one of the earlier scenes there that I'd gone out to the driveway and a little bit further, and what I'm doing is basically increasing it by 1 telegraph pole, or, you know, telephone pole every time. And he agreed that's a good way to do it. So I'm just carrying on, and I'm doing that twice a day now. So that is good. So he was all okay with that. There we go. So that was all good. So the actual scar's healing up fine. Looks good. He's happy with the way it looks. Spoke to him about swelling, because I was getting random swelling sort of towards the end of the day in my calf or my foot, etc. Just got to make sure that I raise it up above my heart a few times a day, and make sure that I'm walking or doing some sort of movement at least once an hour, and doing those foot pumps when I'm just sat around not doing anything, just making sure I'm doing the foot pumps back and forth to keep that blood flowing and stop the chances of blood clots. But there we go, day 7, feeling good, walking tall, well, walking tallish, and looking forward to continuing to get better. Okay, we are day 14, 2 weeks post my operation, and sort of things have moved on a little bit. As you can see, I'm walking down here with just the walking stick rather than my frame. I'm actually supposed to be, and I do, still walk around mostly with my frame, because you've got to keep that, I'm still on the 50% only weight on this leg here, the operation leg. But yeah, things have moved on. Let me sit down and we'll have a little debrief over the last few days. So, as I said, day 14, 2 weeks post my operation. Things have been a little bit harder than I expected them to be. Mostly due to sleep, but I've got to use my walker really for 4 to 6 weeks, or I think approximately 6 weeks post my operation, and that is becoming rather tedious to me. I've been doing my walking twice a day now, just increasing it by sort of a lamppost length every other day actually, because I'm doing 2 actual walks. I increase it every other day, and that's a good like 15-20 minutes with the walker, and that's actually rather tedious to do that walk, but you've got to do it. So I put in, I listen to a podcast, you know, on my phone, and that sort of gets me on. But you know, that just starts to get on your nerves a bit. And you know, my office is downstairs, and my living quarters in the house are upstairs. Going up and downstairs gets on my nerves. So I've been using my walking stick around here and then going up the stairs. But that bit, you know, that's becoming a bit tedious. Things have moved on, you know, my leg is a lot better. I'm doing all my exercises, like I said, I'm doing that increased walking. So that is a lot better. But sleep is still an absolute nightmare. I dread going to bed every night at the moment. You know, I go to sleep, and then I'm able to sort of sleep on my side for a little bit with a cushion between my legs. But then I wake up, and it's not my actual area where the operation was, but it's my lower part of my thigh down to my knee. So my lower quadricep down to my knee gives me a lot of pain. And sort of I wake up on my side, and my leg is sort of really painful, so I have to move around to that sort of lying on my back position, which I've already stated I found really hard. And I wake up about 5 or 6 times in the night, want to go to the bathroom, so I have to get up, go in the bathroom, come back, and then sort of the whole cycle gets repeated every couple of hours. So I'm finding that very tiresome as well. So not as easy as I expected. You know, obviously I'm making progress, but the pain bit, like I said, is not the actual area where I was operated on. You know, that's a little bit painful, but it's obviously my body getting used to the different length now that because of the new hip is in there, it's something different. So the lower thigh and my sort of knee area are not happy about this. So it always feels a bit sore around there. Hopefully that's going to get better over the next few weeks. But this has been a bit of a sort of a glum diary update here. You know, I can't complain. Things are getting better. I'm walking. I feel steadier on my feet. As you can see there, walking with the walking stick is okay. I could do that, you know, without the walker, but I'm just using the walker because I've been told to use the walker. So, you know, I don't want to get ahead of myself. So there we go. Things are moving on. I just wish I could sleep a little bit better. And the pain around my sort of knee, lower quad would go away. The other good thing is I'm off the hydromorphine now. So I've got rid of that. So I'm down to, I was on 2 Tylenol every, I think 6 hours or something. I'm down to 1 Tylenol. So that obviously means I can feel it a little bit more, the pain, but that's okay. So there's a good improvement there as well. So all in all, 2 weeks, being able to walk for takes me about 15, 20 minutes to do my walk, doing my exercises, things are moving on. Hopefully sort of my next update will be a real improvement without the walker, etc. So job's still a good one.